All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is April 16th. We're going to be jumping into each of the 4 NBA playoff games from round 1 today. We'll go through each game. I'll give you my lean on the spread, give you my lean on the total, but as always, my final plays, what I'm actually going to be rolling with myself, what I'm most confident in, and what counts towards my record will be in the pinned comment, and I update that throughout the day, always in by game time. And speaking of the pinned comment final plays here, we do go 2 and 2 yesterday. We cashed the Celtics -9 and the Kings +1, which I'm very happy about. But then the 6-point teaser we had, which I honestly would have thought was the easiest thing on the picks here to cash. Nets +14.5, Celtics teased down to -3. That does not cash. This Nets team, for about 2.5 quarters maybe, competed with the Sixers, and then all of a sudden Embiid, Harden, everyone was just too much for this Nets team. So that is unfortunate. And we also had the under in the Warriors and Kings game. It wasn't like that was far from hitting either, but yeah, they didn't really have that playoff environment with the defensive intensity, both scoring 120 plus points. But yeah, let's jump into today's picks, guys. We're going to bounce back from that night. Again, 2 and 2, not all that bad, but not profitable. And we got to keep it 100% here and transparent and showing you guys yesterday's record. But before we do get into it, if you guys heard me in yesterday's video, we do our player props and prize picks and No House Advantage and Thrive plays all over on TikTok, and our TikTok was banned a couple days ago, wrongfully banned, I will say, but we are trying to, 1, build a new account up, and then 2, get that other account back. But I will have the new TikTok account in the description and also in the pinned comment if you guys wouldn't mind supporting and throwing me a follow over there. That is, again, where most of our player props and prize picks plays and that type of thing are over there, so make sure to check that out. And also, I will say, Prize Picks, No House Advantage, crazy good promos over there right now. So make sure to check the link in my bio for both of those. Thrive Fantasy as well. I definitely recommend all 3 of those DFS player props sites. So make sure to check that out. But let's go ahead and jump into today's video. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you are new, and let's get started. The first game we're looking into is going to be Memphis taking on the Lakers here. Grizzlies -4 at home, total sitting at 227.5. Now I've seen a couple sports books with 226.5, so either it's moving in that direction. If you do want to look at the over, you might want to wait for that line. But here we go. And their last game that they played here was back in early March, so a little bit over a month ago here. The Lakers won this one 112-103. Now, honestly, to end the season and sort of right around this time frame, that Grizzlies team was ridiculous. Ja Morant being in and out or out for, showing a gun on Instagram like an idiot, or punching a little 6-year-old kid at a basketball game. And then all of a sudden, all these injuries that they had and sitting their starters, that type of thing. So I wouldn't put too much weight into the last time they met. Grizzlies in the last 10 here, 4-6 against the spread. The Lakers 5-5 against the spread, 3-2 in their last 5 on the road. They did play really good basketball. They won 8 of their last 12 games here. Obviously very necessary for them, and then they win and get in the playoffs via the play-in game. The Memphis Grizzlies have not looked all that great, but that being said, I don't think 4 points is too much to ask for. If this was anywhere near 5.5, so only a 1.5 more, or 6 points, I would be leaning Lakers, but I'm going to lean the Grizzlies here minus the 4 points. I think that is definitely a doable number, and they're way more of a fast-paced team. I think that they can kind of outrun this Lakers team here. So I know LeBron, Anthony Davis, at times they've now looked good to end the season. I get that. I do just think that Ja Morant and company are going to kind of outplay them and outpace them for sure. In terms of a total here, in terms of what we're leaning, I'm also going to lean the under 227.5. So like I said, I'm looking to get that at 227.5 because I've seen some sportsbooks have it at 226.5. If you like the over, you might want to search for that 226.5 line because it is out there. I think I saw it on either Caesars or MGM. I'm not exactly sure, but make sure to check that out if you are looking for the over. I am looking at the under, and this is the best line that we can get as of right now. Again, keep an eye on the pinned comment to see if either one of these plays becomes a final play. And if you're looking for player props in this game or just for the slate in general, make sure to follow me on my new TikTok there as well. All right, moving on, we got the Bucks taking on the Heat here. The Bucks 9.5-point favorites in this one. The total is at 219. This Heat team obviously didn't look that great first round of the play-in, right, against the Hawks. Then all of a sudden they did look a little bit better coming out of, or I guess coming out of the game against Chicago where they won 102-91. Jimmy Butler shows up for that one. Last time these two teams played here, we did see a decent game, I guess you can call it that. 128 from the decent game from the Bucks, 128-99. That was back in late February here. I think this Bucks team, obviously, when healthy, is one of the more unbeatable teams in the league here. Now, I want to note a couple injuries. Bucks, probable. They're all probable, so they're probably going to play, but one big one, Chris Middleton is probable with a knee injury. I expect him to play round one of the playoffs here. You have Pat Connaughton and Grayson Allen, also both probable with ankles. I assume they all will play, meaning I am, even though it's a big number, I am going to lean towards Bucks here, minus 9.5. I just think, like I said, when they're healthy, they can dominate pretty much damn near everyone. Then in terms of the total, 219, that is so low. It's like that bait, like, oh, don't touch the boat, don't touch the boat, but I want to take the over. My brain and numbers, what I'm seeing, are saying take the under. So I'm trusting my brain and not my big old gut, okay? We're working on the big old gut, by the way. Summer body coming soon, I hope. But I'm going to lean towards the Bucks here, lean towards Bucks minus 9.5, and then the under in this game as well. I think that Miami's going to try their hardest to be a defensive team, which they are, but try, go balls to the wall in terms of defense, meaning even if the Bucks start to run away with this game, the Miami might have, tempered that for a little while. So I'm going to lean towards the under in this one as well. All right, let's go. We got Phoenix taking on the Clippers here. The Suns are 7.5-point favorites at home. Total is sitting at 225.5 right now. Last time these two teams played, LA won. This was back in early April. I want to say probably like a week ago, maybe 10 days ago. The Clippers won this one 119-114. They also played earlier in the year around mid-February, and the Clippers won that 116-107. Now, Paul George still a no-go for the Clippers, which is really, really unfortunate for them. For Phoenix, no major injuries to note. Like I said, they did just play. There was no Paul George in that game either, but it was towards the end of the year, at the end of the year, actually. So I don't know how much weight I want to put into that, if I'm being completely honest. Phoenix, in their last 10 games, they closed out the season, all right, 6-4 against the spread. In their last 6 home games, they're 4-2 against spread, whereas the Clippers kind of struggled. Last 4 away games, 1-4 against the spread. So this is one of those games, and you guys probably get annoyed when I say it, but if you are on the Clippers, I don't think that I would try and correct you in the comments, because I do totally get it. But I think that this Phoenix team, firing on all cylinders, no injuries, playing a Clippers team who, yes, have been playing decent basketball, say decent basketball, but don't have arguably their best player or definitely their second best player. I just can't see myself backing them. So I'm going to lean towards Phoenix here, minus the 7.5. I don't really mind them in a teaser either, like a 6-point teaser, getting them down to minus 1.5. I do think that they win this game. Then in terms of the total, this was a tough one for me, but I am going to lean towards the under. And again, if this was the line, 7.5, and Paul George is playing, I do think that I would actually lean Clippers. Now, money line wise, I think that Phoenix wins the game, but I think they could keep this to 3, 4, 5 points. Without Paul George, I'm just not as confident in that. So by default, I'm kind of fading the Clippers in this and leaning towards the Suns. But again, also like the under in this one. All right, Nuggets taking on the Timberwolves here. Nuggets 7.5-point favorites. Total is at 224.5. The Timberwolves obviously have had to play a couple more games to get to this point. They lose to the Lakers in overtime in that first round of the play-ins, 108-102, and then they beat OKC. They stomped down OKC by 25 points, 120-95. They definitely played good basketball there. But even nonetheless, in terms of against the spread, they covered against the Lakers. I don't want that to be missed here. They've covered 5 straight games. They've covered 7 of their last 10 games. So there is something to be said here. Again, this isn't a win or go home type game. They could keep this game close and feel good going into it. Will that happen? I don't truly think so. I think that this is a way better Nuggets team. It's almost like the Nuggets have been on cruise control for the last, what would you call it, 2-3 weeks, just waiting for the playoffs that they can go and, go all out and try again. Maybe I'm crazy for thinking that way, but this Nuggets team, I don't think has been what we've seen from the Nuggets, to either, definitely not to start the year, but overall just kind of what we saw when they were firing on all cylinders. They weren't really playing like that for the last, I don't know, maybe 10 games or so. So lost to, 5-5, I think, straight up in the last 10, not playing very good basketball overall. So that's kind of what I mean. It's almost like the Nuggets are waiting for this game, and I think they come out pretty hot and win this game, most likely by double digits in my brain. So I am going to lean towards Denver in this one, minus the 7.5 points. In terms of the total, this is another one that I did go back and forth on, but I'm pretty confident in the under here. I know this Timberwolves team likes to score a bunch of points, but this Nuggets team, I do think, is going to control the pace. And in a playoff environment, I really do think that they start to slow things down. Even like I said, when they weren't really playing their best basketball, still 8 of their last 10 games hit the under. Minnesota as well, by the way, but I do know Minnesota likes to push the tempo, or at least try to push the tempo. So I'm going to lean towards the under here because you have an under trending Minnesota team, and then you just have a Denver team that I guess we could say truly is, in my opinion, an under team here. I mean, they had more unders. I think they were 44 or 45 and 37 to the under this season, so they were a pretty severe under team. And that is going to wrap it up, guys. Again, we got a bunch going on in the pinned comment and the description. As a content creator, I'm assuming you guys would know this, but I want to tell you, like, peel back the curtain. Losing a stream like TikTok, and I know people are like, screw TikTok, it's bad, but losing a stream of income, exposure, all that is a really big deal to someone like me. So if you guys wouldn't mind going and supporting, even if you hate TikTok, you know, I hate TikTok at times, but it is part of the job. If you wouldn't mind going and following that new account that's in the pinned comment, it would actually mean the world to me. Really, really happy. I think we went yesterday, I talked about it, and we got almost 400 followers. So I cannot thank you guys enough. You know, the thousands of you that watch every single day, 400 of you guys go over there and follow. Like, that literally means so much to me. So guys, yeah, if you could do anything to help that out, I would appreciate it. Make sure to go check out the merch. Be getting a lot of comments. Obviously, I'm not wearing any right now, but we have a lot of the new Fade Me gear too, so make sure to go check that out. And yeah, very happy for playoff basketball. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Let me know what you're rolling with in the comments as well. We'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, peace out.